Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be for the end of October. It is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, guys, definitely check out your other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your recent past, your current energy, and the near future, and then we're going to clear that and get into your person's energy and your energy, whoever's on your mind. Okay, so thank you so much to everyone who is returning. If you are new, welcome. I hope you'll stay. I do personal readings. That information's in the description box below if you'd like. All right, so let's see what's going on for you guys. I'm seeing the Ace of Wands, and then as my finger stuck into the middle of the deck, popped up the Two of Cups. So I feel like there's kind of a renewal is what I want to say within a relationship. It could be just an understanding. It's like there's this feeling of I need to express myself from a true, deep, passionate place, and maybe that's going to help somebody understand you. Specifically, I feel like there's a need to speak up and tell your truth. It's not usually what comes up for me with the wands, but it's a very important message for somebody. Somebody needs to hear that. Because there's two people who I think really do understand each other, but sometimes things can kind of get off track. Yeah, there's the Four of Wands in reverse. All right. Let's get to the cut and actually lay out the cards for you. So in the recent past, we have the Six of Swords, and then the Justice card and the Magician. That's actually really nice energy. In the current energy, we have the Sun in reverse with the Eight of Wands and the Hierophant in reverse. In the near future, we have the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and then we have the Star in reverse. The overall energy is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So you could be dealing with a Libra because this came up for their overall energy as well. It's like you guys, because it's both of your seasons, it's moving from one into the other. It's as if you're kind of complementing each other's energy in a way. You're done, like going back and forth about anything. If a decision needs to be made, I don't think you're going to weigh out your options anymore. I think you're just going to make a choice and move on with it. There is no more of that desire to go back and forth. I think it causes a lot of confusion for you at times. So this creates more stability for you when you can make a solid choice. I think during the retrograde, it's been affecting a lot of people in the areas, all different areas of your life. It's going to be different for everyone. But for you guys, I think it's really about making solid decisions that are going to create the stability that you truly, truly want in your life. Now, is everything always perfect? No, we know that. I say that in all my videos. But in this case, it does bring some kind of solace. It brings like a sense of, okay, I can breathe. I feel a sense of peace. I don't need to think this through anymore. I don't need to let it wear me down because it gets exhausting. Now, in the near future, it looks like you make a really solid decision to walk away from something. So we'll see what that is. In the recent past, we have the Six of Swords with the Justice and the Magician. I feel like you're trying to manifest this calmness that we're talking about. The Justice is about the balance that you need to find within your life. I wanted to say within. So this may not even have to do with another person. It could just be that you are finally in this space of, I just can't deal with any kind of disruption or issues. I need a break. I feel like you're taking that moment and saying, I need to feel more relaxed. I need my mental energy to calm down a bit. I need balance, period. And that's what you're really focused on manifesting. If there is someone in your life, we'll talk about that when we get into your person. But right now it's focusing primarily on you and what you're trying to manifest or you started to in the recent past. Now in the current energy, we have the Sun in reverse with the Eight of Wands and the Hierophant. This is having faith and trusting that things can turn around. Because the Eight of Wands is a lot of action, a lot of movement. You could be getting a message that actually shifts this energy. If you're feeling a little bit down or like your faith is being trusted about how things in your life can move in that direction, this is like a need to regain that faith, that things can look bright again. If you're just going through a little bit of a tough period, I know I beat this to death when the retrogrades are here, but they do create a lot of that. They stir up a lot of old stuff, old emotions, things we got to release. And finally, it starts to move through you. So there could be a little bit of frustration around that and trying to decide in this moment, are things actually going to look up? For some of you, it looks like you're moving into a place where you're having to make a decision. Something that is just not working anymore. You may need to communicate this with either a partner or someone at work. If you're losing faith that this can create some kind of joy in your life, then that's going to be you making that decision, like not waiting to decide or waiting for other people. Something created enough of a burden that it could be abandonment. The idea about being abandoned or feeling left or left out. And it's put so much stress on you that whatever excitement would have been there, whatever wish you had for the situation could be disappearing. And it's creating more wound than it is happiness. So it may be that the universe is coming in and saying, this has really got to go. It's time for you to walk away from anything that's creating that kind of a burden, because it's just not worth it. There are too many things that you can set your sights on that could bring that joy and that peace. And I think that's what you're truly, if I could spit that out, trying to wrap your brain around. How do I do that? How do I manifest the things in my life that aren't going to create this kind of discontent or imbalance? All right, so let's clarify the Six of Swords with the Justice card. Now, I'm seeing the Lovers in reverse. For some of you, it could be that there was a breakup that's been kind of going through your mind again, and you just don't want that energy around you anymore. You just like things to kind of get out of your head, and you don't want to deal with it, or you're considering possibly breaking up with a person. It could also just be getting away from family situations or even a job situation that's creating stress, and finally coming to that place where you make a choice that's going to be significant. It's going to take some time to regain that faith that things can look up and look bright again. All right, so let's look at the Six of Swords with the Justice. And then we have the Hangman in reverse, which I love because that means that you're not staying stuck in energies that hold you back anymore. If it's creating anything that feels like restraint, I feel like you're going to be pulling away from that. Or at least voicing to the people around you that either tug and pull at you or make you feel like things are out of whack. I think you're going to have an easier time having discussions with them about what's creating this disconnect. All right, the Justice and the Magician, and then there's that Five of Pentacles. So the idea that leaving something that's been difficult behind could create that stability that you're looking for. All right, so let's look at the Sun with the Eight of Wands. The Sun's in reverse, and then we have the Four of Swords. So it's, instead of it being something that you go through mentally over and over again, this is the suggestion that you speak about it with, here, I want to pick these up. The Four of Swords in reverse with the Eight of Wands just says you're getting out of your head and you're speaking up. You're taking action towards things that either you've lost faith in, that aren't making you happy, or that's really what it is. Anything that's created any kind of strain or stress, I feel like you're coming to that moment right now. It's, I can't do this. I'm not going to continue to go back and forth in my head. I need to make a decision. The Eight of Wands with the Hierophant. Let's look at that. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which is beautiful because that means you're taking back your power in a lot of ways. I don't normally say that with her, but she is needing to focus on, or does focus on, primarily what makes her happy, what her passions are, the things that are going to bring her that fire within. And it's important for all of us. We have ups and downs. So you could have been in a period where you just weren't feeling as motivated or passionate as you normally do about the things or people in your life. And because you come to this place where you realize you've lost some faith about things looking up, you're going to regain that by taking back control and really putting energy back into yourself, getting out of your head and looking more towards the future and how you want that to look. It's not easy to make a decision. Like sometimes we have to go through so much crap to get to the other side of figuring out what's truly going to make us happy. And sometimes it does mean we have to experience the things that don't, to give us a clear idea of what's really going to fire us up and keep us motivated and continuing to go. He's looking towards the future with excitement about what's to come. And sometimes we get in a rut where we can't see that anymore. So I feel like that's what you're going to be doing in the current energy. You're finding that again. And then that's what pushes you towards just releasing whatever you need to that's been creating any kind of stress or strife or feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. All right, so let's look at the Five of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Cups. That's all about new beginnings. It's a fresh start. It doesn't have to necessarily mean that somebody new is coming into your life. It could be you looking at life from a new, fresh, loving perspective. This is how I want to see the world now. I don't care how I've seen it in the past. It's shifting and changing, and this is how I want to approach things from this point on. From a more, childlike perspective. And then your card came out. So there you are, big changes. This creates massive change in your life. It allows you to release anything with the Four of Cups in reverse that wasn't fulfilling you. I always say with that card, you don't want anything less than everything. So if it isn't filling every single one of those cups, then it isn't worth being in your life. The Nine of Swords in reverse means once you do that, once these things change and you make a decision, and yes, it could be about releasing a partner, that all of a sudden you have some kind of relief and you feel a different way. It's not going to be for everybody. For those of you who are just making big changes around your work situation, it's you facing the fact that you may not have been as content as you thought you were. And there's a little bit of a fear of the future, what it might look like. What does that mean for you? It just means looking at it like, okay, I can start over. It doesn't matter how old you are, as long as you have some kind of passion about something and you have enough of that childlike wonder and you go seek something different, you can do it. And it will help release a lot of that burden. It's just so much easier. And I know this is hard, but I'm not great at it either. When we can just trust, we can stop having to carry all of that weight and think that we have something to do with that major change that has to happen. Sometimes it just shows up in our lives. Yes, the steps need to be taken if you are being driven by spirit. In other words, pushed in a certain direction. But in this case, I feel like something's just going to happen. And it's almost as if you have that moment of clarity and it just shifts. Could be other things around you that also come in that shake things up, that create that final moment where you make that choice. But there isn't going to be a lot of back and forth anymore. All right, so I'm going to clear this and we'll get specifically into the person that's on your mind. So think about them for just a moment. Yeah, this is a lot about you manifesting like we always do. We always want to set our intentions. I can really talk today. Our intentions around the things that we want next. We're never going to stop manifesting what the next things are that we know would bring us joy in our lives. It's always going to be shifting and changing. All right, so your person's energy right now is the Queen of Swords in reverse with the Queen of Cups. And then the Queen of Wands. I don't think I've ever had all three queens come out at once like that. And then we have the Hermit card. Interesting. You could be dealing with a Virgo. Yours is the Two of Cups, which is Gemini energy. The King of Cups. There you are. The Tower in reverse and the Star in reverse. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So right now it feels like this is creating some kind of instability. It could be questions around financial issues. Something to do with, can we come together and share resources? Something about money is involved in this circumstance. Now, for your person, they have a tremendous amount of love for you. They also love themselves quite a bit. The thing is, I think this person is holding back with either showing affection or attention and also having trouble speaking their truth. So if you find that this person's kind of holding back a little bit, it's because they're focusing on themselves and it could be going through some spiritual shifts as well. Because the Hermit is obviously about doing some internal work. So if they seem like they pulled back or you're not with this person currently, that's why. Because they have things going on that they need to figure out for themselves. I feel like they do. Now, I don't know that this is on purpose or if they're doing it to be manipulative. I don't sense that, but I do think that at times they disconnect. Like they don't know how to really deeply, deeply connect to another person. But I feel like that's what they're working on. So if they're not telling you what's going on with them, it's because they're really working on themselves. Okay. And then for you, we have the Two of Cups with the King of Cups, tons of love, lots of water. There you are. It's, to me, that's a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio card. Wanting to see eye to eye with this person. I think part of you doesn't want things to fall apart, or there could have been a shakeup or an argument that happened, and maybe a part of you feels like things aren't going to necessarily work out the way that you had hoped. But I think there's some healing that needs to be done for you as well. The king has his back actually to the queen right now in this situation. So the two of you could be really needing to focus on yourselves and not able to put the love towards each other right now. I don't think either one of you are emotionally unavailable. I just think right now there isn't this. So that's where I think you want to come to. You want to come to a place where you are understanding what each other is going through so that you can figure out where this is going, if it's going anywhere. Let's get the romance angels. This is for Scorpio. So we have you deserve love, of course. You are lovable. And then forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. I think that's what you're doing. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. That's going to be really important, guys. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And then separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. I wouldn't be surprised if you are having issues right now and the idea is that maybe you need to take some time apart so that you can individually work on yourselves. I could see that that's also a possibility. So we know you deserve love. If there's something that has happened, a lot of times we have to go way back to forgive, like our parents even, or exes that have created problems, and then make a clear-cut decision, like the Two of Pentacles in reverse said, so that we can move forward with somebody new and not project things that have happened to us before onto other people. Freeing yourself. Take back control of that, of your emotions, of whatever it is that may be creating some kind of angst or anxiety around what's going on in this situation. All right. I'm going to get some advice for you guys, and then we'll get the Lover's Oracle. This is for Scorpio. Please tell me some advice about this situation for Scorpio. What's the advice, please? No jumpers. So we have the Sun in reverse, the Five of Pentacles. Yep, take a step back. Yep, find balance. Okay, so don't go back and forth. If you need time away in order to get your thoughts straight, to find balance, then let it happen, is what it's saying. Whatever you need to do, if you are already separated from this person, then there's some healing around abandonment issues, but getting you to a place where there's calm and balance is what's going to be important for things to work out. All right, let's look at the Lover's Oracle. This is for Scorpio. There's a lot of cards all over the place. So I'm going to go like this. We're going to set them down in the way that they're falling out, and I'm going to pull them this way. So it says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Yeah, don't forget that. We do move on and end up seeing each other again. My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Love, or nothing is missing. That's going to be important for those of you that may need to take a break for a period of time. Your energies are always connected if you want them to be. If you need to disconnect, that's a different story. Time, you are trying too hard. Give it time. Okay, that was a clear message. I'm going to get these out of the way and get the Wisdom of the Oracle to close this out. This is for Scorpio. All right, so we have Go to the Sea. That's my Go with the Flow card. The best you can. Blessed. Look at that. Good things are coming. So expect a message. If you haven't spoken to this person in, like, you know, a couple of days or a week, I think they're going to come forward and maybe let you know that they're trying to balance things out. Both of these cards reduced to a 6, and then we have higher power. Trust that there is always somebody looking out for you. If something is not meant for you and it's not going to be for your highest good, we have to have the faith that they know better than we do. I tell you. Okay, so going with the flow, remembering that the reasons to feel joyful, the things that you do have in your life that you consider blessings, because we all are blessed in some way, shape, or form, no matter what period of our life, like the hardest time of your life, the best times, we always do have things to be grateful for. And I feel like there's some wishes coming true, those stars. As you're praying for those things to happen, I feel like they're coming towards you. The message in the bottom you may be hearing again from this person. And then we have 2 5s, which is, it's like new starts, shifts, and changes, but it's also about taking care of yourself. So remember I said this person hasn't been able to tell you that they need to take care of themselves or their own circumstances. I believe that's what's going on. I think there is something really at work here for you guys. Give it time, because this is a new beginning, building blocks. It's sometimes, yeah, we have to start from the beginning again. When we love somebody and we know that we want them in our lives, we have to give that space in order to start anew. Like that Page of Cups that showed up, they're showing me in my head right now. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for all of your support, your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. If you'd like a personal, that's in the description box. I hope you guys have a great end of the month and that this really works out for you. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.